Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I'll be walking you through this 12-week Maths GCSE revision programme. I'm the head of Maths myself, and I'm also a GCSE examiner, so I'm really well placed to design this programme for you. What I've done is identified the key skills and topics that you will need to be successful. The way we approach each session is we will work on a skills check, where we'll remind ourselves of what is needed to attempt a certain topic. And then from there, we will move on to exam style practice. I'll be doing all of this through the lens of a student. So I'll be showing you how I would approach it at each question as a student, and I'll be showing you where each mark will be awarded. This approach is going to have the best possible impact on your GCSE grade this summer. If you find what I'm saying interesting, then here's a taster of something you can expect later. So first, we're going to read the question. Ikram, Luke and Noah share £120. So they're all going to be sharing this 120. Ikram gets 40% of that money. 3/8 of the money will go to Luke, 3/8 of £120. The rest of the money is given to Noah. Find what fraction of the money Noah receives. So we want to know the amount Noah receives. As I'm going to constantly say to you, the question is generally in the last line, and that is the thing you need to make sure you answer. It sounds obvious, but when you're doing when you do all your working out, sometimes you can actually forget what it is you're trying to achieve at the end. So let's go back to this. Ikram's going to get 40% of the money. Ikram is going to get 40% of 120. So let's work that out. There's many ways of working out 40%. I'm sure you might have done a different method to me, but as long as you get the result, that's all that matters. For me, 40% of £100, well, what I'll do, I'll start by noting down that I'm going to be working out Ikram. It's really important to signpost to the examiner exactly what you're doing. So for Ikram and his 40%, first we're going to say that 100% is £120. That helps me now find 10%, which we know is going to be by dividing by 10. If I divide my 100% by 10, I'll also divide my 120 by 10. So 10% is £12, leading me to 40%. Again, we're scaling up using multiplicative reasoning, and we are timesing by 4 on both sides. Okay, so what we have established is 12 times 4 is 48, and 48 is 40% of 120. Ikram gets £48. Okay, that's fine. Now we can think about what Luke's going to get. Luke, I'm going to signpost this to the examiner. I'm now working out Luke, and Luke is getting 3/8 of the 120. Now, the of is crucial here. 3/8 of. Let me just get my pen. So the of is, so Luke is going to be getting 3/8 of the £120. The of is incredibly important. That just means that it's 3/8 times £120. Whenever we see an of with our fraction, you're simply multiplying the fraction by whatever it might be. Okay, so if we're going to be doing 3/8 of £120, well, in order to do that, we simply do 120 divided by 8, and then we multiply it by 3. We divide 120 by the denominator and times it by the numerator. So if I quickly reach for my calculator here, 120 divided by 8 is 15, and then I'm going to multiply it by 3. I get 45. Luke gets £45. The rest of the money goes to Noah. Okay, well, that's going to be nice and straightforward. I've got Noah here, That's actually the question I'm after. Find what, well, nearly the question. We're going to go back to that in a second. Let's find out what Noah gets. Noah gets 120 minus the sum of 45 and 48. Notice I've put them in brackets. This is because I'm going to add them together first and then take that away from 120. So 120 minus 93, 45 plus 48 is 93, and that's going to give me 27. Poor Noah is only getting £27 when the others are getting more than him. Okay, have I answered the question? I've looked at what the money Noah receives, so maybe I think I have. But the question actually asks what fraction, and this would be a common mistake that people would make when trying to answer the question. They would forget to leave the answer as a fraction. Noah gets £27 out of £120. That is the fraction that he receives, and we can simplify this further. We can divide both of these by 3 and we will get 9/40. Okay, in all honesty, this question hasn't asked for it to be simplified. It would be acceptable to have 27 over 120, but there we go. So where would we get the marks from? This is a 3-mark question. You'll get 1 mark for a process, either working out the percentage or by working out the fraction. So 1 mark for those two things. 1 mark for getting both of your values and subtracting that from 120 in order to find out how much Noah has. So if you worked out on your own how much Noah had, well done, you'll be getting your 2nd mark. And finally, for leaving your answer as a fraction. And as I said, it won't matter whether you do it as 27 over 120 or if you simplify it to 9/40 for this particular question, because they've not asked for it. I believe this program will make all the difference and allow you to reach your goals and achieve your target grade. Places are limited, so secure yours now, and I'll see you on Tuesday.